Hello there. This is Pam Basor, Mary Kay Sales Director, coming to you today to talk to you about the Mary Kay Career Opportunity. I have a lot of consultants in my unit who are wanting to learn this skill, so I decided to make a video of it. So if someone has asked you to listen, you should take that as an honor, because that means they would love to have you on their team. Now, what I'm going to present to you today is some basic information about what it takes to become a consultant. It's not anything difficult, and right now, for the month of March only, we have a $10 sign-on. Normally it's $35, but this month it's only $10. So take advantage of that and really listen to what we have to say. Remember, there's nothing that is going to twist your arm or make you do this. It is simply a choice that you make, and this is another option for you. We have people who purchase our products, our customers, our wonderful, wonderful customers. We need them. But we also need team members. We need a sales force to help us to share these products with other people. We can't possibly share them with everyone. So let's go through 11 basic facts about Mary Kay, and I'll go through these quickly, so if you want to take notes, you can. The first one is our profit. We buy for $1 and we sell for $2. We have a 50% profit margin, and that is the largest profit you will find in any direct selling business. Most of them are 25 to 35%, but Mary Kay gives us 50%, and that's because we don't sell from a store, so we don't have store overhead. This 50% margin allows a lot of leeway for us. We can have sales and still make a profit, a decent profit, and be able to build our business. It also allows us to offer things at half off as a special incentive and still not lose money on it. Just a lot of great things that help us out. The other way that we earn money, not only through our 50%, but also through commissions. And that is when you build a team. As you build new people coming into your unit, we call them recruits or team members, you earn a commission off what your team member does as well. So those are the two basic ways to earn in Mary Kay. But of course, the first one is just selling our wonderful product. The second one is that our company, and basically our product, our line, is recession proof. We've had some deep recessions in the past. There was one in 2008 that I remember. A lot of people lost things in their retirement funds, that type of thing. And with Mary Kay, we grew by over 40%. I don't remember the exact percentage, but I know it was over 40%. During COVID, the same thing happened. A lot of companies went under, but Mary Kay actually grew, and again, it was in the 40% range. There are 3 businesses that'll survive a recession or depression, and that is alcohol, cigarettes, and cosmetics. I know that's pretty sad. A lot of people think they need something to make them feel good, like alcohol or cigarettes. With cosmetics or skincare, we women, we like our stuff. Once we find things that work for us, we love to use that product, and we don't want to be without it. And so women continue to purchase, and our sales really don't go down. I know during COVID, I had women that were texting or calling me saying, "Can I still get my product?" They were kind of panicked if they couldn't. So we do survive a recession or depression quite well. We actually grow a lot of times during that time. There's also a uniqueness in style. There's many ways you can do Mary Kay, and this is something I didn't realize way back almost 40 years ago when I was offered this opportunity. I turned it down at that time, but 20 years ago I didn't turn it down. But basically, you can become what we call a smart shopper, and that's where you come in, you become a consultant, and you get your products for the discount. It is an earned discount, and that's something that we will explain to you, but it's pretty easy to do. You also could be like a person who just builds a customer base and has a reorder business. We have women that have been in 30, 40 years, and they don't really want to build a team, but they do build a customer base and have great reorders. That's just fine too. Just depends on what you want to do. You can also be someone who does it more as a hobby and maybe has a few appointments, or you can be like I am and do it as your full-time business, holding one-on-one appointments called facials, or double facials with two, or you can hold skincare classes as well. We have some online and virtual options right now that we learned through COVID, so there's just many, many ways to do it. So be sure when you're talking to someone about the business and you have questions, don't be afraid to ask questions. There are so many ways that you can bring this Mary Kay world into your world. Number 4 is the reorder business, and that is huge. If you're going to sell something consumable. And Mary Kay is consumable. People put it on their face, they wash it off, and eventually they need more. And so there are many products that I've liked over the years, but never thought about selling. But I really don't feel like I sell now either. I simply have a product that I love, and I share it with other people, and they buy it. It really is fairly simple. But women do like to buy out of a catalog. They like to buy online. They like the convenience of that. And with Mary Kay, they have their own personal consultant who will work with them. And you might say, well, I don't know if I can learn all that. But, we have access to all kinds of learning. Number 5 is there's no quotas. You don't have to sell a certain amount to stay in Mary Kay. I'm not going to call you up and say, hey, have you sold your $500 this month? It doesn't work that way. There are only 2 things you have to do to become a Mary Kay consultant. Number 1 is sign up. And as I said, right now it's only $10, but normally it is $35. And then from there, you need to decide what you want to do ordering wise, and there are different options with that as well. But the bottom line is, to remain a consultant, you only have to place one Mary Kay wholesale order of $225 or more in a year to remain a consultant. Now, $225 wholesale is like purchasing $450 out of the book. It's just that you get it for half off. If you do that once a year, you retain your consultant number. Now, if you want to stay active and have the earn discount privilege longer, there are a few stipulations with that, but nothing difficult at all. That's just the bottom line right there. Number 6 is there's no territories. You can go anywhere in the United States. So if you have cousins or relatives of some kind that live in another state like California or Texas, they can still utilize you as their consultant via Zoom and Facebook, and utilizing your website, because we have something called customer delivery service where we can have that product shipped directly to you. Mary Kay has provided many, many options for us to help with our out-of-town customers. So no quotas, no territories, and there's no ceiling. What that means is basically you're going to write your own paycheck. If you want to earn a couple $100s a month, you're going to sell $400 a month and get $200 for yourself, just as an example. If you want to earn $1,000 a month, you can either do it through selling or you can do team building. It just depends on what you want to do, and you may not know right away. A lot of times you have to learn a little bit before you decide exactly what you want to do with your Mary Kay business. But the bottom line is you can get your products for half, and that's huge. I know when I started 20 years ago, one of the main reasons I did is because my daughters had started using products, and I had been paying full price all those years for myself, but I wasn't going to pay full price for 3 of us. Just didn't want to go that route. And I didn't realize that I could do it just for my own products. It's just that it kind of blossomed from there. When people find out you're a consultant, they will want you to get product for them. So let's go on to number 8, which is our training. And we have so much training available. First of all, we do weekly unit meetings. Our unit meeting happens to be on Monday nights from 6:30 to 7:30. We also put it on Zoom for our out-of-town consultants to share in as well. We can set up an adoptee director for you in the town that you live in if you don't live locally. So there's different ways to get that one-on-one direct learning. We also have, you have your director and your recruiter For me, I would be both. But let's say one of my consultants has invited you and they recruit you. They would be your recruiter and can help you with many things, and I would be your director and would also help you. There's quarterly company events. We have our big seminar in the summer. We have a fall retreat. We have a winter event, which is usually in January or February, and then we have career conference in the spring. We also have local events that we have. We've done some online events for our guests. Just, many different things that we try to provide service for. But basically, you are your own boss. You're not an employee. I'm not your boss. Your recruiter is not your boss. You basically run your business how you want, and your recruiter and your director are there as your mentor and your guide. There is a lot of training right online. I usually start my consultants off on MK University on our Mary Kay in Touch site, which is the the consultant website where you order product, where you learn all of the different information that you need to learn. Number 9 is there's no risk. People have said to me, well, with Mary Kay, you have to order inventory. You don't have to order inventory. That is a choice. Most of us that build the business do order inventory. Some start out at a lower amount and build it up. Some start out, purchasing a lot. But again, it is a choice. It is not something that you have to do. It's recommended to build the business. But again, we can explain that to you. But basically, you can come in and sell as you go if that's what you choose to do. Let's say you do decide to order inventory, and then a few months down the road, you decide Mary Kay just really isn't for you, but you've got quite a bit of product on your shelf. You actually have the option to call the company. They will tell you what to do, but you can box up that product and send it back to the company, and they will give you 90% of your money back. That is huge. There is no company that does that. Now, will only give that money back for product that is under a year old, and that's just to protect them for sure. But that is a safety net that consultants have, especially if they decide to invest in it. Most don't go that route. If they do decide to get out, sometimes it's only temporary, and so they sell off what they have, and then that way they have the option to come back at a later date. If you do send product back in that way, you just can't come back as a consultant. And again, that's a safety net for the company. They provide us a safety net, and then that is a safety net for them. Number 10 is the personal growth, and most of the time you don't think about personal growth when you're starting a business or starting a new job, but in Mary Kay it is huge. When I started this business 20 years ago, I had about this much self-esteem. I don't want to say I was afraid of my own shadow, but I was afraid of doing anything that I did not think I could succeed at. I had a real fear of failure. And then I read Failing Forward by John Maxwell, and it totally changed my life. Mary Kay has also changed my life because it has changed the person I am, actually made me into the person I believe God meant me to be. One who has confidence, who's not afraid to try new things, who's not afraid to step out of my comfort zone little by little until I'm where God wants me to be. So personal growth is huge in Mary Kay, and I have seen it not only with myself, but many, many consultants as well. And number 11, the last thing that is so phenomenal about this company is the free cars. I have been very blessed to earn 5 free cars, working on that 6th one now. There are actually 3 levels of car, and most people don't realize that. You start out at a consultant level, which right now is a Chevy Trax. And if you don't want to take the car, like say that's not big enough for your family, say you need a van, then you can take a cash payout instead, which is $425 a month. The next level, you have to be a director, and that is the premier level, and that is the Chevy Equinox. That is the car that I currently have. And if I didn't want to take the car, I could take $500 a month. And then, of course, the top of the line is our trophy on wheels, the beautiful pink Cadillac. And that is one that if you did not take the car, you could take $900 a month. The other thing that Mary Kay does in their car program is they do pay about 80% of the insurance for your car, which is huge. I know over the years that I've had cars, it's been so helpful as my children were learning to drive. you can end up buying the cars after your 2-year lease as well. So there's many more things I could tell you about that, but those are just some of the basics. Like I said, getting your products for half, learning how to do a business, being able to have reorders. When you're down, you can do that. I don't have territories or quotas. I basically can work my business the way that I want. And so we have a lot of online options as well now that we have learned through COVID and are continuing to learn. So I really encourage you to talk to your consultant and talk to her some more, or give me a call, and we will talk about how this company can best fit into your life. With Mary Kay, it's not about taking on something more. It's about fitting Mary Kay in where it fits in your life. So I hope that you'll give it a try. Step that toe out of your comfort zone and let's take off. Thanks. Bye.